You cannot be fat as a MGTOW man. You just cannot. When you go down this path, it is really about self improvement and not just from a physical looks standpoint. It becomes about your actual health. How are you going to be able to have that best quality of life? When you're 90 years old, do you want to not be able to run around on the beach? Do you want to die at 65? Like a lot of people choose to do. And I say a choice because you can exercise and eat properly if you want. No one is forcing you to be getting drunk every day, smoking cigarettes and eating garbage. No one's forcing you to do that. Now, you may not know better. No one may has ever taught you proper nutrition or how to work out even 3 times a week. Because if you're not trying to get women, you can get by working out 3 times a week really, really hard and still have very good success. You don't need to go to the gym 6 times a week. If you just want to be healthy, 3 times a week really does work and you really show improvements in your life. And eating right, when you know how to actually cook, and all men, you need to know how to cook. And it's easy to find a few recipes that you really, really like and that are healthy, that are low calorie dense foods that are high in protein that you actually enjoy eating. And a few of those recipes will change your life. When you follow that with consistency, it really will make a difference. And you need to know how to cook. It's something that just impresses people in general. Even if you don't want to be in a relationship with the woman, you still need to know how to cook. You might want to have barbecues with your friends. And when you do have kids, like I might want to have kids when I'm 35 or 50, I need to be able to teach my kids then how to properly fuel themselves and so that they can avoid the same mistakes that I made when I was younger because no one taught me nutrition or exercise. And as a result, I was fat well till I was 25. And that's not okay. And when we decide to have kids, if we choose that path, it is in our obligation for ourselves now to be in the best physical shape we can because we're a leader, we're a role model now for these kids, and they're going to emulate our behavior. And now, even if you decide you never want kids, there are many MGTOW people that might simply never want kids. I don't fully understand that viewpoint, but you have every right to that. But still, in that regards, you need to be healthy and in your best physical shape because you want to live as long as you can. You want to reduce the chance that you could have a heart attack. And I really do argue this point because you should love life. You should have created a life that really brings you joy and bliss in the sense that you want to enjoy it as long as possible. No MGTOW man should not enjoy life or want to die sooner than they have to. Just because you're not going to be in a long-term relationship with the woman doesn't mean you can't live your life to the fullest and explore all these amazing options. And I really do then want to live as long as possible. And you need to. Even from a security standpoint, you want to know that you're okay. You're going to be all right. And as you know now, if you watched a couple of videos, I really do preach leaving North America. And you're going to now be in countries where it's a little rougher. And if you're fat and lazy and have no muscles, you just put a target on yourself. Why would you want to do that? You want to be strong, and so that if someone's going to think of robbing you, they're now not because there's other people who are weaker. And that's the thing, when you become just the way that you should be, there's always going to be thousands of people who chose not to. So as soon as you now have a little bit of muscles and you're a healthy person, you're now above the other thousands, realistically millions of people who are not. So, in terms of reducing your chances of getting robbed, living longer, even in business, people respect someone that has a good physical build. It's simply just respect because it shows that you have the skill set to succeed in business. If you're able to work out every day and follow a meal plan and maintain that with consistency, well, then that means you can therefore succeed in business, because it takes that same mental drive to be able to do well in anything in life. And if you're fat, it's often because you don't have that drive, because no one really wants to be fat. And especially when you can eat these amazing foods that will allow you to maintain a really good body percentage. You can be 15% body fat, 20% body fat. You don't like, there's no reason to have this huge beer belly and be overweight. So that's really what I want to preach. And then for young men, it's a requirement, because you need to have sex. You cannot be an incel and just not have sex your whole life. You have to, at least before you choose this MGTOW path, be able to have sex. And that requires a good physical build, because you want to have sex when you're 16 and you have to look good to do that. So it is important to not be fat as a MGTOW man. You set the standard for other men. When other guys, they're going to come up to you and say, hey, how come your life is so good? How are you able to do this? And you want them to emulate the same traits, because even as these blue pill men in relationships, they still need to be physically strong. They need to be able to protect their children and continue on this human race, whether you choose to or not. Every fellow man has to be physically strong. It's a requirement. It's the baseline. It's not optional. Jungle MGTOW, I'm out.